What's up, everybody? Want to give you a update on the uranium sector. My personal favorite, URG. URG is the symbol. The market's kind of crashed. Okay, it's lost in the last week and a half about 12%, going towards 15%. That's a pretty huge correction. And it spared no one. Everybody's crashing. Citigroup's crashing. Everybody's crashing. But like I said in a previous video, I expect April to be quite the catalyst for the uranium sector. We've got the big summit in DC April 1st that will be basically the United States stamp of approval on turning to nuclear energy. This is important for a lot of reasons, because they're just starting to throw around numbers. Like I saw Obama put aside $40 million for nuclear development. Well, you're going to see a lot more concrete evidence of what the United States is going to be doing going forward in regards to nuclear and building reactors. I believe that it's already evident when you do Google searches on nuclear energy and uranium that the United States is already jumping through hoops to change their strategy. And what I mean by that is, I see Nebraska's pushing for uranium. Obviously in Arizona, that's been going on for the last 6 months, and it's just picking up more steam. I see where legislation is trying to reverse the decision by the courts on the mine in Virginia. I mean, that's just here in the United States. Obviously, around the world, there's never a void of news concerning nuclear. It's just more, you know, positive stuff's coming out. Now, this morning, before I thought I was going into work, I did a comparison of the big five that trade on, they're not really big, but what I'm saying is the core five that trade on the U.S. markets. And that includes Cameco, CCJ, Denison Mines, DNN, my favorite, URG, the Uranium Energy Core, UEC, and UUUU, which is Energy Fuels. And I looked at a lot of things. I looked at their earnings, their revenue, their price to book, their EBITDA, their float, their current cash on hand in comparison to their debt. And after I crunch the numbers, I rank them like this. I've got UR Energy in the #1 spot. Right behind it, a close second, I got Energy Fuels. Then I got Cameco. Then I got Denison Mines. And then I got Uranium Energy Core. Alright. Every one of them had something that jumped out at me that was like, wow, that's awesome. But in most cases, the negatives or the uncertainty far outweighed what was exciting. And another one was fission, sorry, URRE. So it was a total of 6, and I had fission dead last. Here's the thing. I think that this year you're going to see the uranium U308 spot price and in both short and long term jump. And I think it's going to happen before the end of 2016, and I think it's going to be pretty dramatic. I'm expecting the uranium price to move up to between $55 and $65 a pound. And then in 2017, I expect it to exceed $80 a pound. And I think 2017 for the next 4 years is going to be the one that, you know, uranium market's known for as having the sharpest, most dramatic rallies ever, in which they do. It's a very limited space. It's a very specialized space. And when they run, they run. They go up, you know, 10-20% a day, and they'll do this for like 3 weeks straight. I mean, it's crazy. Just look at the historical charts and you'll see what I'm talking about in regards to, you know, your Denison, your Camicos and stuff. Now, UR hasn't been around as long. They've only been in operation as far as producing for 9 quarters. So that's just over 2 years. And they've got catalysts that are coming up that I can't say the same for anybody else except for Cameco. Whereas their revised estimates up have been coming in. Their petitions for expansion are due this quarter, coming up, first quarter 2016. And then approval for their Shirley Basin property. We should have more guidance on that. And these are good things. I don't see that stuff from Fission. I don't see that from Denison. And I definitely don't see it from UEC, because they they're all cheerleaders. That's all they are. They're just, you know, trying to preach the potential, but unless I see it out of the ground, I kind of stay away, you know. Kind of a propaganda machine. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. I think you're going to be well rewarded. It's crazy what they're trading for on the PE and price to book side. These companies, in comparison to the overall market, the uranium sector is definitely going to be the place that's going to hop. And the only other sectors I see joining them in the rally is gold and silver, possibly copper, definitely lithium. But I believe uranium is going to lead the way, and then gold will have its day in around 2018, 2020, because I see the markets generally around the world slowing down. And I think in the next, it's going to take us at least 5 to 8 years to come out of that, you know, doldrum. But that's not holding uranium back, because everybody's starting to realize, and people are pushing. I saw an article about Leonardo DiCaprio. He scorning the big oil and, you know, natural gas, the bullshit politics and stuff. And he's right, you know. Just because he's an actor doesn't mean he doesn't have a voice. And he's always been about clean energy. But enough about him. What else can I say about the topic? It's unfortunate there was a pullback. I was calling for 78 cents baseline as a basement for URG, and it pulled back with the general market, and that's too bad, because there's a lot of good things. A year ago, the stock was trading at $1.20. You can't tell me that it's not more valuable today than it was a year ago. You know, not with the not once but twice revised estimates for Lost Creek and the potential for expansion, and Shirley Basin coming online. And then you're looking at about 18 months, 2 years, and then we'll get, you know, they'll be pushing Lost Soldier, and also some of the joint efforts that they have up in Canada. But the skeptics are right. you know, the price of uranium doesn't have a huge impact on the overall functionality and economics of a running nuclear reactor, and that's a good thing because it's such a small percentage of their costs. I saw a stat too this weekend. When you look at the cost of supporting a million people population, it cost oil, I believe they said, about $700,000 for 1 year, and natural gas $400,000, and uranium like $7,000 or something. It's nuts, man, in comparison of ratios, you know. But anyway, also I wanted to say I saw Raymond James come out. You talk about shady propaganda and trying to protect their own interests. They come out, reiterated, URG is gonna break even for the current quarter. No shit, everybody knows that. They are wiping that bad contract off. They're closing out that contract for $28. It's kind of why I think that one CEO had to leave, because it was such a bad contract and it should have never been made. But it's done. It's in the past after this quarter, and they'll be able to wipe their hands of it. And then, so they come out, they reiterate that, and then they say, well, in 2016, annually, we see uranium breaking even. But here's the funny thing. They don't revise their estimate for their price, which goes to tell me that they don't want to be wrong on both fronts, and they want to be seen as pushing, but they also want to get into that equity at a depressed price. So, I don't know. I just read between the lines, folks. I see things for what they are. Expect great things regardless of the market does for the next year or so, and for the next 8 years. And that's how long it's probably going to take for us to get out of the doldrums. About 5 to 8 years of this correction that's taking place. As you've already saw too, I want to say in closing of this video, normally, historically, uranium has traded with the oil market and the commodities market. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look at the chart, about 6 months ago, uranium separated itself from all the other commodities and has had a slight gain and held steady while everybody else has crashed severely. You know, your natural gas corrected, what, 40%? Your oil is corrected, what, 70-something%, based on what bell curve chart you're looking at. But the general consensus is, you know, uranium's held its own, and that should tip you off too. Should be a flag to you that, yeah, it's starting to separate itself and isn't at the mercy of the market, and soon will be where people are putting their money to play. I'm pissed off that the stock has dropped. I'm pissed, you know, I'm mad at myself. Well, why didn't you sell and take some off the table? Because the chart showed it was overbought. Charts kind of showed me that, but then on the flip side, I'm not in this to you know, the spin the wheel and hope for the best. If I'm investing in something with conviction, then I'm going to stick with my guns, and if needed, opportunity presents itself, I'll just add to my position. I have a Armada that I'm looking to sell. I'll probably sell it the next 3 months on Auto Trader or something, you know. And I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll take that $15,000, because I got low mileage, that $16,000, and I'll just pump it into URG. And you know what an '08 car that I sell for $16,000 will probably turn out to be like a $100,000 return in 2 years. I mean, That's crazy, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and take care. Bye.